What's up, everyone? How's everybody doing today? Tuesday. What's up, everyone? Okay. So, hey. Okay, so let's get started a little bit. Redemption music, yeah, if you get redemption, I'll play redemption music. That's the only condition. It has to be real. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to the SAT study stream. Ah, that got caught in the filter. What's up, what's up, Roy? Auditioning, hey man. Sports show is back. All right. Okay, so yesterday we did a bunch of rate problems. So if you guys are looking to do some rate problems, I would check out yesterday's stream. Today, I don't know, I don't really know. I really couldn't get anything together. I was just, I was looking at grammar stuff all day and I just couldn't figure out what to bring to you guys. But I do have some grammar stuff I want to talk about, or at least I could tell you the stuff that I've been learning today. Because the world of grammar goes really deep. Fortunately for you guys, the SAT kind of punctuation world is like contained, but I want to learn everything, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. So I guess I do want to jump into writing. If there's anything else you guys want to talk about, we can talk about it. But it's going to be kind of an easy day for me. I'm here in physical form. I am physically here. I can tell you that for sure. Mentally, I don't know. I don't know how much mentally I'm here. Okay, so there is writing on this, but it's just whatever. I kind of just need to delete this. But here it is. Here's my writing sheet where I keep let's just actually send this all the way down, keep it. But I do want to talk about grammar today and stuff like that. So the first thing I want to talk about, which I always seem to end up talking about with you guys, let me get my keyboard up in here, is the idea of an independent clause. Yeah, and that's spelled incorrectly on purpose. There we go. Oh, that's right. I auto-saved independent in my computer to be independent. So independent clauses are just a noun that does a verb, right? And this is super rudimentary. We're going to be getting to more advanced stuff, I promise. Sarah swims, right? Like that's a noun that does a verb. Joe runs, right? That's a noun that does a verb. So that's really what we're looking at here. And there's a lot of rules, right, on how to combine independent clauses. You know what I mean? Um, I don't really know. I guess I should just throw some questions your way to see where you guys are at, and then we could potentially get to the more complex stuff that I was working on earlier. So let me just throw a question up on the board here, and so you guys can see what's going on. Um, actually, let's do. All right, chill. Okay, see you, Zach. Take it easy, my guy. All right, so here is the sentence that I threw up onto the board. Uh, Curious what you guys think about this sentence. Curious about what you guys see in this sentence. I guess I can throw it down even further so you guys can really see it. Yeah, I'm kind of curious what you guys think about this sentence. If you think it's good to go, if you think there's a problem with it, keep in mind that I do want to start by talking about punctuation today. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind as we go along. But yeah, is there anything wrong with that? Oh, Dan's, what's up, man? That's a flashback. That is a flashback. Oh, whoops. My bad, guys. Hold up. Whoops. Professional quality. What did I tell you? Okay, there we go. Cool. So, do you guys see a problem with this sentence? Is there a problem with this sentence? I guess that's kind of my open question to you guys, just to kind of see where you guys are at as far as sentence structure. Okay, so I guess I should make this clear, since this is not just a straight up colon, this is a semicolon. So let me make the font a little bit bigger so that you guys can definitely see this sentence in all of the parts of it. Okay, so Venna, remove the colon and the and. Okay, so yeah, that's exactly it, Anthony. Yeah. So that's really, really good. So in order to do problems like this, you have to understand what the sentence structure is. Like, I guess one thing I should say, preferencing or to give a preface to the grammar section that we're going to go through, is that you have to use, and this is going to sound kind of lame, but you have to use logic to figure out where your punctuation goes. If you go based on feel, you're going to get BTFO. If you go based on instinct, BTFO. You have to logically understand and logically pick apart the sentence so that you know where the punctuation goes. So in this sentence, we actually have a combination of two complete sentences. We have this sentence: I took the train to the center of town. That is a complete sentence, right? I took the train down to the center of town. That's a complete sentence. Then we have a semicolon, right? Guys, keep in mind that there are two uses for semicolon, and that's lists of lists and in the same way that you would use a period. Those are the only two uses. So this semicolon right now is being used as a period. Let's go to everything after the semicolon. And when I got off the train, that's a little sus. That and when I got off the train part, that's a little sus. I saw my cousin Marziana. Now that is a complete sentence. So what the problem is with this, because this is a dependent clause. Notice that dependent marker right here, this when, that makes this sentence, I got off the train, dependent. And so we need to hook up this dependent clause to a independent sentence. And so we throw a little comma there, and then we hook it up with an independent sentence. This and is wrong. This and is absolutely wrong. If instead of a semicolon, that was a comma, Then we'd have a comma fanboy. Comma fanboy and colons and periods are the same thing. So 3 ways to combine independent clauses. Okay, you can either throw a period, you can throw a semicolon, or you can put a comma, then comma, and then and a fanboys. Oops, there's no M. Chill. So that's the only 3 ways that you can combine 2 complete sentences. And that's half of your semicolon usages total in the test. So let me give you another sentence and see if it kind of makes a little bit more sense there. Actually, let me change the end of this sentence. Great. So here's the sentence. It doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really make sense right now. But one thing I want you guys to see with this sentence, there we go. We're finally ready. So this sentence is finally ready to be edited. My question to you guys is, what is wrong with this sentence? Is there something wrong with this sentence? Don't forget, you have to break it up via sentence structure. Well, if you can break up every single sentence in the grammar section by sentence structure, you will never miss a punctuation question. So go ahead and throw into the chat what you think is wrong, if anything is wrong, right? Okay. So Rusum is saying potentially to get rid of this guy right there, that second comma. So we'll keep that in the back of our minds. Anybody else have any suggestions on this guy? There it is. There it is. Great. All right, cool. So the chat knows. Guys, we have 2, yeah, what Rusum says, yeah. If it rains next week. Now, guys, it rains next week. That was a sentence. It rains next week. That's a full sentence. The word if ruins it. So a lot of people I notice get just fragments and dependent clauses mixed up. They're not the same thing. A dependent clause is a full sentence that just happens to have a dependent marker, this word if. If it rains, what? You know, it's like we need more information. So if it rains next week, what will happen? Ronaldo will order pizzas for the party. So that first comma is good, separating a dependent and an independent clause. That's a good comma. He'll order pizzas for the party. Bam, that's a complete sentence. That's a dependent clause, comma, then an independent clause. That's it. We cannot then have another independent clause. So yeah, everybody who suggested one of these options down below for the second comma, you're 100% correct. You can either throw a period there, a semicolon, or you could just add the word but, or yet, or and, something like that. Okay, so now that you guys are pretty good, here's the thing that I have been looking at today that it's kind of blown me away a little bit. So let me write the sentence for you guys, and I'll see what you guys think about this. Let's see what you guys think about this real quick. What was it again? Hold on, let me pull up my other sheet with all of this. Oh, that's right. His fact. Oh, right. Okay. Okay. So this sentence. This is the sentence. I could not get over this sentence. The the actual sentence structure of what I'm currently showing you guys right now. I'm like blown away. I'm totally blown away. The fact that his tire was flat inspired a different route. We have a noun, his tire. We have a verb, was. And then we also have another verb, inspired. Right? So technically, we have two kind of complete sentences inside of this, right? This whole thing is the subject of the sentence. The fact his tire was flat, that's an idea. That's the subject. The subject of the sentence is the idea that the tire is flat. The fact that his tire is flat. So there's no comma needed. In fact, if you were to put a comma right there, that would be wrong because you would be separating the subject of the sentence from the verb of the sentence. Yeah, that sentence is confusing. You're right, exactly. It's so confusing. The fact his tire is flat is the noun. That's the noun of the sentence. The verb is inspired, and then the object is a different route. So just that's something I've been tackling with because that's an almost the fact his tire was flat. That's, I guess you could say the fact is a dependent marker, but you wouldn't put a comma after it. So I was looking for hours today on the internet to try to figure out what that would necessarily be or what that would be categorized as. Nobody could tell me. It was like, what? You would add that between fact, you would add that between fact and his. The fact that his tire, right. You could do that. That also works. That also works as well. So I guess this would be a good opportunity to get into non-essential modifiers. So yeah, let's get into non-essential modifiers. So let's see if I can rewrite this. What did I have this as? Oops, what did I have this as before? Hold on. I had set this up before, but I just set it up on a different sheet. The tag, oh. Right. Whoop. Something like that. Right? So here we have two different sentences. One, yeah, Grammarly Premium. Oh, you got the premium? My guy. The fact that his tire was flat and the fact his flat tire inspired a different route. Both sentences say the same thing, more or less, and they both imply the same thing. They both have the same message. So this is kind of showing you guys the difference between essential and non-essential clauses. A couple quick rules for non-essential clauses. Non-essential clauses cannot be complete sentences. So you can't have something like this. The fact his tire, or the fact his tire was flat inspired a different route. So this is wrong. This is 100% wrong. What's a modifier? A modifier is a phrase like his flat tire, and his flat tire modifies what the fact is. The fact, his flat tire, inspired a different route. So it's a modifying phrase that describes something else. Even when it's an essential modifying phrase. That his tire was flat describes the fact. So think of it as a big, like an adjective phrase or whatever. So this is incorrect. This sentence here is no good to go because this is a complete sentence up in here. If this is a complete sentence, his tire was flat, that can't be a non-essential modifier. You could potentially say his flat tire or his tire deflated, or even that would be a complete sentence. His deflated tire, right? That would actually work. So in order to save this sentence, you need to make this non-essential modifier a phrase or a fragment. Non-essential modifiers must be fragments. So they'll try to play with you guys like that. Like they'll give you something like this. I'll give you some multiple choice on this too. Okay. Whoops. There's like weird spacing on this, so I can't like. Oh my god. Unannoyed is not a word? What? How is unannoyed not a word? Oh, too many N's? And then an N there, maybe? What? Okay, unbothered. All right. We're getting done here. All right, so here would be my question. I hate sentences go, your killing of the bees was dangerous. Yeah, but that's just a long subject. Your killing of the bees is the subject. So let's see. So that'd be. Oh, there's no C in chunked. Okay, cool. So classic. Actually. All right, cool. Finally, here is the question. Yeah. Oh, cool. Good luck, Hong. All right, so we have some answers kind of coming in here. I should probably change one of these answers really quick. Hold on, let me change this. Let me change the answers before you go into it really quick. Don't put in your answer yet. Don't put in your answer yet. It's not time. All right. So here we go. Now we're ready. All right, bros. So let's get into it. Also, don't forget to smash that like button. Oopsies. Don't forget to smash that like button if you haven't already. Super appreciate all the engagement. We got a ton of likes yesterday, and I was so pumped they didn't go away like they did the other day. So super excited about that. All right, so now I am accepting answers for this one. Now I say bring the answers in. If you still think it's A, go ahead and throw A back into the chat. But if you don't think it's A, then let's talk about it. If you don't think it's A, then it's like, what do you think it is? You know, give me something. Okay, so we got 2 answers coming in from Tony and Jason. Good to have you back, Jason. Okay, I'll give you guys like 30 more seconds to put your answers into the chat. Okay, Rusum's on D. Emily's on A. Okay, 10 more seconds. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's go over this, guys. Again, if you don't logically know where punctuation goes, you'll probably get tricked. That's just how the test is. So let's talk about this sentence. Let's break it down into sentence structure. The winter had decayed the white paint of the barn. I don't know why I can't just get the word barn, but the white paint of the barn. That is a complete sentence. We know that it's a complete sentence. We have the winter as our subject, and we have the decayed, the white paint. There's 2. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I think we've already talked about it. So then we have a comma. So then that means that if with just a comma and no fanboy, then that means we cannot have a full sentence afterwards. But unfortunately, we do. It had chunked off in great patches. That's a complete sentence. So right now we have 2 complete sentences separated by a comma, right? So when you have 2 complete sentences, there's only 3 ways you can do it: semicolon, comma, fanboy, or period. This is no good. So we know A is wrong. There would be a no change options, but I'm just trying to get you guys. Then we have our comma fanboy. Then we have the equivalent of a period. So then we're fine to say the farmer wasn't bothered because really, who cares? That last part of the sentence is fine, just because then that comma fanboy acts as a period. So really, we could just get rid of it and it's all good to go. Let's talk about this first part of the sentence though, because we do need to make sure that this is okay. And this complete sentence in here is no good. Going through the answer choices, there is no option for us to put either a period there, a comma fanboy, or a semicolon. Now, if you do put a semicolon here with A, right, you change the sentence. Because if we throw a semicolon here, it changes "it had chunked," which is a complete sentence, to "chunking off in great patches." Chunking off in great patches does not have a subject. It does not have a noun. So that is not a complete sentence. So we cannot use a semicolon in this situation. That's why A is incorrect. Adversely, that's also why D is correct down here, because D makes this a non-essential modifier because it makes it a fragment. By just saying chunking off in great patches, that now modifies the decaying of the white paint of the barn, or decays the paint off of the barn, right? So the answer in here is D. Now, a lot of people would maybe say C is close, but it's kind of a run-on. Notice "it had," we're starting a new independent clause, so that's no-go. So yeah, the answer is D on this one. Believe it or not, just because independent clauses can never, ever be non-essential modifiers. Okay, so let me give you another kind of hard grammar question to see if I can kind of hit some other topics here. Let's actually do this. Oh, what's up, Solhan? Um, what would it be? What would be a good one, actually? Hold on. Great. All right. So here we go. I don't know how to spell separate, apparently, or independence. All right, cool. So here's the other question that I want to throw to you guys to see what you think. This would be the underlined portion of it. So it's underlined now. What do you guys think? What do you guys think the answer is? I mean, I think what we're going to do today is just kind of a light touch through all the various kind of parts of grammar as like an introduction. And then as I become more focused, we're obviously going to dive into the more kind of complex gotcha kind of questions that the SAT is super known for. Okay, so Tony is on A. I'll give you guys like another minute on this one just so you can really kind of feel it out. Then is on C. Emily's on C. Solhan is on A. Okay, I'll give you guys another 30 seconds to think about this one. Sorry is on A. Okay, I'll take it. All right, bros. And Jason's on A and Brusum's on C. Okay, it seems pretty split here. You got to ask yourself, what does what does nevertheless mean? What does it mean, right? So let me see if I can show you guys where my dictionary. Does it show? Ah, no, it doesn't. Okay, it doesn't show what nevertheless means. But this is one way that they get you, and this is, oh, Crunchy's on A too. Okay, cool. This is one way that they get you. Just really quick, I guess, going into transitions, there are three different relationships that can exist between two sentences. You can have opposite relationships. I hate hot dogs, but I'm eating one now. Those are opposite pieces of information, so that's an opposite relationship. We have a logical relationship. I got wet outside, therefore I got sick. I didn't do my chores, therefore my house is filthy. It's like, it's, supply and demand. It's things that are connected to each other in a logical fashion. And then the last type of transition words is a little bit more general, a little bit more vague. This last type is more open. It's the additive transitional words. So you are adding more information. Sometimes you're confirming. You're saying, I like blueberries. I really like blueberries that are big and ripe, right? Where you're like going further into detail. Or you could just be adding something in general. I like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I like petting dogs, right? Though that relationship is an additive. It's just adding more relationship, more information to it. So it can either be opposite, it can be a like functional kind of logical one, or it can be an additive. So we have to categorize what's going on here. The founding fathers of the country were determined to separate from the crown in England. They went forward with creating the Declaration of Independence. That is not the first one. That's not opposite. So we can actually get rid of however and we can get rid of yet because both of those suggest an opposite relationship. It's not a logical relationship. I mean, it could be a logical relationship. You could argue that because they were determined to separate, therefore they went forward creating the Declaration of Independence. That would work. But notice that's not an answer choice because there can only be one right answer. So we are between nevertheless and additionally. Now, for those of you who don't know what the word nevertheless means, which I think is a good portion of people, it's kind of a weird, rare word. Notice that we have two answer choices left. Notice that there's only ever one answer choice that's correct. So let's go through our categories. It's either going to be opposite, logical, or additive. We have C, which is obviously an additive transition word. And there's only ever one right answer. So there will never be, if it's an additive relationship, there will never be two additive transition words because there can only ever be one right answer. So the chance that nevertheless is an additional transition word with also having additionally in the answer choice, that's not a high, that's a very, actually a 0 probability. So nevertheless is an opposite transition word. Nevertheless means the same thing as however. Nevertheless means the same thing as yet. Nevertheless, always the more. It's an opposite transition word. So that's like saying however they went forward with creating the Declaration of Independence. That is incorrect. So yeah, the answer is C. Additionally, we're adding on information to the previous one. So that's how that one goes down. Isn't the lever? Yeah, it's just contrasting. Exactly, Emily. Yeah, it's an addition. It's not comparing, contrasting anything. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Could there be a comma after nevertheless? There could be. Yeah, there very well could be, but I didn't put one. Okay, so that's transitions. Let's see if I can get you guys with something else here. Okay. Oh my God. Redemption? You're gonna get a redemption. Wet cave. Should I do a redemption of the that's a good idea. I'll do a redemption of transition words, okay? But I'm not gonna make it easy. Okay. Mm. Okay, bros. All right, hold on. This is your opportunity. Are you a little salty from the last question? Did you get it wrong? Did you get it right and you want to get 2 in a row? Now's your time to shine. Redemption. You can do it. Okay, soul hands on C. Crunchy, Solhan, sorry, Emily, Venna, Rodney, Jason. Ooh. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? That means it's real. The redemption is real. Good job, everyone. That was the fastest redemption I think I've ever witnessed. That was a world record for redemption. So, congrats to everyone who participated in that. So Rusum just said something that makes me want to die, which is it sounds better. If you found, I know you're just like contributing, but if you say it sounds, it feels, it seems, it looks, then you're in the ethereal, then you're in the abstract. Well, does it seem like a comma goes here? Does it feel? Nah. Do your best to try. Obviously, if last resort, use that. But if it, at all possible, try to use the logic that you know to break down the sentence grammatically. So with this one, with transition words, all like first thing you should do. So here's the technique. First thing you do is you look at the answer choices. You go, okay, what are the differences in the answer choices? Oh, duh, all the answer choices are transition words. This is a transition question. You're there. Because in the SAT, they don't give you a question. This is all it will say. Like, it'll have this off to the side and then your answer choices, and that's it. There's no question attached. It doesn't say what's the best transition. This is all it says. So you have to figure out what category it's in. Once you know it's in transition, there's three relationships: additive, logical, and contradictory. What is this, right? Yeah, exactly. C makes the most sense. That's exactly it. So there is no one right way to bake a cake. That is the general idea. A chef may combine two methods like premixing and convection cooking to get the best results. So as far as what the sentence does, it doesn't contradict it. We are not contradicting the first sentence by saying, no, there actually is one right way to bake a cake. So we know however is done for. We don't need that. That's why A is wrong. We need to then look at the meaning of the sentence, and this is where it gets a little difficult, bros. No one right way to bake a cake. A chef may combine two methods. So we are getting more specific, okay? Where an additive is like, I like jelly and I like coffee, two kind of separate things. We're throwing them together. This is, I like coffee. I really like iced coffee, right? We're getting more specific. So, with that, that suggests that we're talking about a logical transition here because we're staying on the same topic. We're not adding in something else. Now, would an additive transition word work? Yes, just not also. Also implies that it's something separate and different. I want to go to the beach. Also, can we go to the grocery store? You wouldn't say, I want to go to the beach. Also, can we sit in the sand? If you're going to go to the beach, you're going to sit in the sand. You know what I mean? It's, I guess you could say that, but is that the best option? No. So then we're down to our two kind of logical transition words. I would not say that the second sentence is a conclusion of the first sentence. It seems to me more of an example of the first sentence. So for this one, the answer is C. The redemption's real, man. I don't even know why I went over it. The redemption's absolutely real. Okay, good job, bros. Really, really good job. So the next thing I wanted to go over. Oh, whoops. All right, cool. So here is the next grammar question for you guys to do. Um, just tell me what you guys think. This is not a transition question, and it's also not a punctuation question. So it's something else. What's up, Henry? This is like my favorite time of year, by the way. Sari's on D, Vena's on D, Emily's on D. Wow, girls are showing up the guys for sure. Crunchy's on D. Jason, yeah. Tony, good, good. What are we doing? You're editing my sentences. What does spelunkers mean? Spelunker is another word for cave climber or cave explorer. So if you go explore caves, that means you went spelunking, you know? So everybody's on D, Rodney's on C. Okay, so let's break this one down. Let's talk about it. So what we're dealing with, first thing you do before you do anything else with the SAT grammar questions, before you do anything else, go to the answer key and see what they are changing. It, spelunkers, boys, the noun is changing. Is it a pronoun? Is it a proper noun? How do we describe it? So we're going to be dealing with pronouns here, bros. So what can be wrong with pronouns? There are three things that can be wrong with pronouns. They could be the wrong gender. You know, if I say Chris, I wouldn't say she. So that's the first one. You have to be specific about that. The second is the number. You wouldn't say Chris and Tony runs down the stairs. You'd say Chris and Tony run down the stairs. Oh, I guess that's incorrect. You wouldn't say Chris and Tony run down the stairs. He's so fast. You would say they are so fast because it's referring to two people here. The last thing that a pronoun could be wrong with, and what's wrong in this situation, is vague pronoun. If you don't know who the pronoun is referring to specifically, or if it could refer to more than one people or group of people, then that's an incorrect pronoun. And that's exactly what's going on here. Because the two people split up. They split up two and two going down their own separate tunnel. All right. The two people we're talking to are not clear. Who is this they? Is it the girls? Is it the two guys? So C does kind of clear this up, the two spelunkers. But are we talking about Ryan and Chris? Or are we talking about Tori and Beth? We don't know. And because of that, it's considered vague. So we have to fix it. And the only answer that actually fixes it is D, the boys. Because the boys then says, okay, now we're going to be talking about Ryan and Chris, how they go down the tunnel on their own. So that's the answer. The answer is D, because they is vague. Okay? It's vague. It could refer to Ryan and Chris or Tori and Beth, and we need to clarify that vague pronoun. All right, let's do another one of these. And I have a feeling you guys are going to crush this, but we'll redeem ourselves. We'll redeem ourselves. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Oh, whoops. Um, um, no, actually, that's too easy. Hold on. All right, bro. All right, bros. Here's the question. Custom question. Custom question just for you. So my question is to you guys, what is the correct answer, I guess? But this is how they do it. For the SAT, they don't ask you questions in the grammar section. About 35 to 40% of the questions ask you something specifically. They go, oh, which sentence needs to be moved? Can we insert this sentence into the paragraph? But for the remaining 60% of the questions, this is all you get. They don't tell you the category. They don't tell you, they just say, what's the fix? So let's see. What's underlined? Oh, I forgot to underline it. Thank you, Tony. Great. I love how some people already know the answer. Those are people who are like super extra level, bro. All right, I got you. I got you. Just give it like 30 seconds. Just give it like 30 seconds and it will come through. Okay. All right. Chill. Okay. So I know I'm getting a lot of confused faces, but you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm going for here. You guys are gonna help me edit my manifesto next. Not my manifesto, my memoir. That's what they call it, or my novel. My novel in the works. Second to last sentence is vague. Right, 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 right. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yep, yep. Cool, man. Cool. C. Good, Rodney. Good comeback, bro. Good comeback. Yeah. Emily's on C. Tony, sorry. Auditioning. Rusum. Crunchy. Yeah. Venna. Uh-huh. All-star. All-star team. I should have an all-star stream with just you guys. Okay, so yeah, you guys are crushing this one. What I'm very impressed with is that nobody picked B and nobody picked D after I showed you what the underline was. A lot of people would complain that D isn't correct. I don't know who would, but I just know that I know some students that would. Whenever the friends gets free pizza, the friends gets or they gets, no, it would have to be get. So this verb makes it so that noun has to be singular. So it can't be they. Also, there's this he here too. I mean, that's kind of vague a little bit. So if this isn't labeled, this he becomes a little vague. But yeah, this gets means that the noun before it has to be singular. Brian gets. You wouldn't say Brian and Tucker gets. You'd say Brian and Tucker get. So yeah, we need to replace this he with something more specific. We don't know if we're talking about Rob. We don't know if we're talking about Bri. We're talking about Bri. And so that's who goes in there. The answer is C for this one. Yeah, you guys are absolutely crushing this one. Okay. So, are you guys ready for the manuscript? I don't even know if I should show you guys this. Should I? It's not even spell checked. What happened to the one that was spell checked? I had one that was spell checked. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Alright, I think I'm going to show you guys, just because who cares, right? Do you guys want to see, you guys want to see? Alright, so I'm going to pull, what I'm going to do is I am going to pull up a paragraph onto the screen. Now, is this the best written paragraph? No. No, it's not. Did I write this paragraph at 6:30 in the morning right after I woke up? I did. I did. So is it a little weird? Yeah. You know what? It is a little weird. I'm not afraid to not afraid to say that the paragraph that I wrote, it's a little weird, okay? but there are mistakes in it. I purposefully put some mistakes in it. The last thing I'm going to say before I throw this up here, because I'm a little, I don't know if you can tell, I'm a little nervous to throw it up. You know, you create something, you know, is that one of the characters speaks with an accent. So I'm not looking for people to correct the spelling in this. You may be like, oh, that word spelt wrong. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for all of the things that we worked on today. And there are a ton of problems in it. But yeah, show us you're weird. Okay, here we go. So here is the paragraph. Guys, there are many mistakes in this, other than spelling mistakes. So I want you guys to find the mistakes and tell me what they are. Yeah, dude, first SAT stream. Welcome to the new world, bro. I cussed? No, I didn't. This is a family-friendly channel. I have no idea what you're talking about, Tony. Family-friendly channel, always. Okay, so here is the sentence. Let me get my OBS up. Yeah, SHI mean that's how I say spicy. That's how I say spicy. Okay, so here is the paragraph. Okay, where are the mistakes? Okay, Rusum's on the first mistake. Comma in first needed, sentence needed. Where though? Where is it needed in the first sentence? I mean, obviously you can just be like, oh, could they need a comma? Where? Show me exactly. Remove comma before and in the second sentence. Yes, very good, Rusum. Okay, so Rusum says in this sentence, you need this, the second sentence here, you need to get rid of the comma before and. Before him stood a one-armed man wearing a pinned up tuxedo and sunglasses. That is a modifying phrase. We do not need, it's not a list, so we do not need a comma fanboy there. Very nice, man, very nice. Between darts and Kyle. Yes. Okay, great. Another really good one. So after the record-breaking season of darts, that is a dependent clause. The word after makes the record-breaking season of darts, makes it dependent. Or you could even say that this is a opening, introductory, modifying phrase, right? So yeah, a comma goes right after that. I would say that it's not dependent. It's an opening, modifying phrase. So after the record-breaking seasons of darts, great. Then we get into the complete sentence. Really nice. Any other mistakes that you guys find in this paragraph? Are there any other mistakes? Any other? Did you guys learn anything from this paragraph? Dude, I was like, I finished writing this at about like 6:45 or 7, and I was like, no, I'm not going to use this. This is like ridiculous and so stupid. I'm not going to use this passage. And then 2:30 comes rolling around, and I'm like, well, I don't have anything for you guys. So this is what you get. But I did make this with you guys in mind. So any other mistakes you guys see? Any other mistakes? Somebody spelling, well, no, that's not spelling mistakes. That's his vernacular. He's like, I'm a billionaire. That's like how he says it. You know what I mean? So you have to like write it that the way he's like a Southern oil tycoon. Just imagine it like that. You know what I mean? Any other mistakes? Comma after wall. Yes. So you could say, if you get rid of the so that, if you get rid of this so that, then you can put a comma here. Then you can put a comma right in there, and it's suddenly the man whistled loudly right into the submarine wall. The sound echoed, right? That's modifying it. But that's so that makes that essential. So we actually don't need a comma. Yes. Yes. Okay, so that is it. That's that comma that I was looking to get rid of. This comma right here in the second sentence. Before him stood a one-armed man wearing a pinned-up tuxedo and glasses, right? I could say that that is non-essential, right? And keep a comma around it, but to me, that seems pretty essential. That seems pretty essential here. So I would get rid of that. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yep. So boom, I'd get rid of that. So what do you guys think about my, should I become a novelist? Do you think that this is good enough to get me a book deal, or do you think I should go back to the drawing board? I guess that's the kind of the last question. The last question I have for you guys. If you don't see any other mistakes in this, where's the yeah. So do you guys see anything in this? Oh, I can't believe how big this got. Hold on. It's like taking up the whole screen. I didn't even realize that. There we go. I don't know why that was so big. Cool. All right, bros. So let me see if I can find one more mistake in this. I think there is one more mistake. Drawing board? I know, I'm not a good writer. I don't know what happened. I just don't know. I just don't do writing. It just doesn't make sense when I write, for sure. All right, bros. Grammar not my piece of pie, but bro, Crunchy, it will be. After this week, I'm going to put together a more specific kind of grammar curriculum for us to work on, not just me throwing together a tired paragraph at 6 in the morning. So let me actually get this on screen here. So my beautiful laptop. All right, bros. So one thing that I will like to say before I kind of get out of here is, let's see here, is just be aware that if you have any questions or anything like this, to hit me up via email or to watch the grammar videos. Ooh, that's way too loud. All right, so I'm gonna list some of these videos that if you haven't seen already, I highly recommend you checking out before we dive into this grammar stuff. So there's a playlist on my page. And it's just called Grammar. And I know a lot of the videos say SHSAT, but it is rudimentary stuff for the SAT. So if you haven't already, check out that playlist, that grammar playlist. There is, there's like a lot of really, really good kind of introductory material that you guys can check out there. This keyboard, dude, I love this keyboard. It's a wireless keyboard. It's just like a Logitech or whatever. Yeah, just kind of helps me out. It's the iconic ending, Rusum. Yeah. So I know today was a little directionless. To say the least, today was a little directionless. But thanks for sticking with me. I appreciate that. You know I do it for you guys. We are going to be going into grammar this week. I'm tired of math. I'm tired of doing it. I don't know if you guys could tell. I was just like, ugh, at the end of yesterday. So we're going to go into grammar. And tomorrow, get ready, okay? Bring your A game tomorrow. Because it's not going to be easy peasy, okay? No. It's going to be hard. So just keep that in mind. We'll be back tomorrow, 6 p.m., grinding. And if you guys have any questions in the meanwhile, if you need any proofreading, if you need any math help, if you need any reading help, you have my email. You can hit me up. I'm going to go chill. It's time. And I hope you guys do the same too. Enjoy your evening, and I'll check you guys out tomorrow, okay? So be easy.